welcome to Darling Stadium. Tonight, Hampton High School plays host to the Phantoms of Phoebus. Hello, Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe. And we have a couple other gentlemen with us tonight. Down on the field is Ross Carney. And up here in the booth, we're going to have Mr. Musgrove and Mr. Killen doing the stats for us. Live tonight, Paul. Live tonight.
First time in a long time.
First time in a long time. The undefeated Crabbers against the undefeated Phantoms. At both teams 6-0, one ranked number 1 in the state, which is the Phoebus Phantoms, and the Crabbers currently ranked number 6 in the state. As we get ready to start our first live coverage from Darling Stadium here in the 2007 season.
And ladies and gentlemen, tonight's telecast is sponsored by Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zooms sponsoring us again this year. Zooms with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. Also by Kelly's Tavern, family dining with 2 locations on the peninsula. One in Port Warwick off of Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. Tonight, if you take your ticket stub from the game to Kelly's Tavern, you can buy 1 burger and 2 drinks and get 1 burger of equal price for free. Also sponsoring is Tidewater Team Sports. Located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News, Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. And in part, sponsored by Eric Thompson Realtor with William E. Wood. Call Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give Eric a call at 881-2004. And also by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at 2551 North Armstead Avenue in Hampton. Nancy Staten, Director. The sponsors here help offset the cost of producing events on WHCS. If there's anyone out there that would like to be a sponsor for WHCS, please call 850-5364.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the teams tonight. Both teams coming in here 6-0. The last 2 years, these two teams have come in here undefeated against each other. And believe it or not, the team that ends up winning this game is the team that ends up getting knocked out in the first round of playoffs, and the loser goes on and wins the state championship. What do you think about that?
Mike, that's an oddity you and I have watched now for a couple of years. It's very strange, but again, you're talking about 2 of the best teams, not just in the Peninsula District, but in all the Tidewater area.
Well, we got the number 1 offense against the number 1 defense going tonight, as the Crabbers have the number 1 defense, arguably the best defense in the state without a doubt. They're only averaging 2 points scored against them a game. And on the other hand, the defense or the offense for the Phantoms, they're averaging 40 and a half points per game. The Crabbers are getting over 30 points a game, so they're doing well. Talk a little bit more about Phoebus and what they've done so far this year.
Well, Phoebus has been a team that has really changed its outlook. Last year, as we both know, they built everything around their running attack, and it was probably the best running attack around. This year, they've got a much more balanced attack, Mike. They've gone to Taj Boyd and the Reed-Evans combination, which is probably one of the most dangerous around. Their balanced attack gives them about 191 yards rushing and 172 yards passing. This is something that Hampton's defense is going to have to deal with. They're used to stopping the running game all the time, and frankly, that's what they've done.
Okay.
Stopped it.
Well, let's pass it on down to the field now, where Brent has the coach of the Phantoms, Bill D, down there.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Coach D, defending state Division V champion. Another undefeated season coming into this game. Probably one of the most powerful offenses in the district. Quarterback rated tops in the state. Coach, I want you to talk about him a little bit. Taj Boyd, last year he leads you to a state championship. Tell us how he's matured this year, because he's just come on tremendous.
Well, last year's experience in being the quarterback for the state championship team, and, at the end of the year, Taj really came into his own. He was throwing the ball well. He knew the offense, he's the type of kid that in the offseason he was going to keep working at his game. He's got great mechanics. He works on his game. He works on the mental and the physical part. He lifts weights. He runs. He's bigger. He's faster. And he's the perfect leader that you want for your offense, because the kids, your quarterback's your leader. And they feed off of him, and he's been a great leader. And he's a better person than he is a football player. He's a great kid, and I love working with him.
Well, I was impressed with him last year when I saw him the first time this year when we did the first game. He's put on 20, 25 pounds, and there's no fat there. So he's really improved himself physically, too.
He's really leaned down, and, he's just going to get better.
Let's talk about his receivers. You got two receivers in Evans and Toller, over 850 yards and I think 11 TDs between them alone. Evans seems to be quick, real great hands. Toller, solid, pick across the middle. What do they mean to your team as far as carrying that end of it?
Well, you have to have kids that are going to go and catch it, and the one thing I like is they'll go over across the middle, get hit, and still hold on to the ball. And Taj and them have great chemistry. And Taj has done a good job in spreading the ball around to we have a lot of guys that with a couple catches here, a couple catches there, he spread the ball around. So that's been nice to have that balance.
Yeah, it's something like 8 receivers, I think, have made catches for you this year. Let me change it a little bit. Let's talk about Matt Cole. Now, this young man has been steady for you, won a game for you last year in the playoffs, a really tight game, and against Bethel, he kicks it good. What about his work ethic, and overall player? Talk about him.
Well, Coach Van Dyke does a great job with our kicking game in general, and he works with Matt. And Matt has just consistently gotten better. And you got to come to they got to come to practice every day and work on their little things. And he's done that. And in pressure situations, he seems to be able to come through.
Well, one last question for you, and this is the general question we ask every year when this game comes around. Just for the fans, as the head coach of Phoebus, what do you expect from Hampton? Anything new, or are we looking at the same game every year?
I expect a good football game. That one thing I've learned about this game. You never know how it's going to go. It's just a great tribute to football in the city of Hampton, and two great programs. And I know they're going to be well prepared and play us tough, and expecting a great game.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for taking the time here right before the game starts. Thank you so much for spending the time with us. Guys, I'll send it back up to you. You know the team's ready. He's calm and ready to go. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, Brent. Talk a little bit about Hampton real quick. They are a fast, explosive defense. What can you say?
Top defense in the district, probably in the state. Mike, we're going to find out tonight just how quick they can be. They're going to be up against Tron Martinez and an excellent Hampton offense. Phoebus offense. I'll get this right in a minute. And they're going to be pressured. We're going to see what they can do.
Why don't we go ahead and push it down to the field again, as Brent has Coach Mike Smith of the Hampton Crabbers down there on the sideline, and he'll talk a little bit about the Hampton Crabbers.
Thanks again, guys. I'm here with head coach Mike Smith of the Hampton Crabbers. 37 years coaching, 12 state championships, Peninsula District Championship, coming down undefeated, and as usual, a strong defense. Coach, first thing I want to talk to you about, congratulations on the year so far. We've got a crowd going behind us. But I want to talk to you a little bit about this defense this year. 5 shutouts. Tell me about that front four. I've watched them in my 4 games this year. Tell me what they mean to your defense.
Well, they're quick and not very big, so they have a little trouble. People run right at them, so I think that's probably what we're going to see tonight. Phoebus is a little bit bigger on the offensive line. We're on the defensive line, so I expect they're going to come right at us early and come off on play-action passes. And they're a good football team, so we're going to have to dig in pretty stout to try to slow them down.
So you got a passing game to worry about tonight. They pass a little bit more than some of the teams you've seen. Anything that you've done particular to prepare for this team as far as their passing game?
Well, I don't know if they throw any more than some of the people we've seen. We scrimmaged Oscar Smith just like they did, and Gloucester throws the ball, Heritage throws the ball. So, well, there's a lot of people spreading around. Minchfield hadn't had a lot of success, but they threw it a lot. But the kid does a great job throwing. They do a good job catching the ball. They're a solid football team.
Well, let's talk a little bit about offense. First chance I've had to interview you on TV this year. We talked about him last year, but this young man, Tron Martinez, 175 pounds, but he is a workhorse and a power man. Talk about him.
He might be 175 now. He started at 188. He's probably lost some weight. I say he's about 180 now, something, but he works hard, plays hard, and he's had good success. He's got a lot of good running instincts. He's a great kid, too. He's a pleasure to have on the team.
He's quick to the hole, and he explodes when he gets there. And we haven't seen him much in the pass offense, at least I haven't. Is there any plans there to get him into that?
No, we don't. We've thrown to him a couple times on screens, but that's pretty much it. Most of our passing has gone into the fullbacks when we bring him back out of the backfield. So catches the ball well, but he's, I'm glad he's on my team.
One last question, Coach, and I know you hear this every year, but for the fans that just get jittery when this game comes around every year, what do you expect from Phoebus tonight? We know it's going to be a good game. Anything unusual?
Well, I don't know that they get jittery. It's kind of reminiscent to years ago when you look over, instead of seeing blue and gold, you see green and gold. It's just time changes and teams change. There for a while it's green and white when Kurt Newsom was a kick-a-tan, but they've done a good job, and they're pretty much like us, I think, in the sense that they're not going to change much. They run the ball well, throw the ball well, and I think the quarterback they have really compliments him now. He's got a couple of good receivers, and kid does a really good job throwing the ball, and they run the ball well, so it makes them a complete football team. They've always played good defense, so it's always a challenge.
Coach, I thank you so much for taking the time to come over. I know you want to get back to the players. Good luck tonight, and thanks you again so much. Guys, back up to you. It's a Hampton Crabber Phoebus Phantom football game. Here we go.
Thanks, Brent. Tell you what, we're going to have this is going to be a whale of a game. This is something that everybody has really been looking forward to. You go online a lot with the Daily Press, with their hrvarsity.com, and there are so many people bouncing back and forth between these two schools saying who's going to win and how much. It's really comical watching a lot of that stuff. So we are here. We are at Darling Stadium. It's finally turning out to be like a fall night because it's the first nice cool night we've had in a while. And we're live for our first shot this year, and hopefully in the year, the following games that we do during the year, possibly maybe live also too. As we get ready to do the coin toss, the referees are attempting to try to get the players who are the captains over there so they can go to the center of the field to do the coin toss. There is our referee. If we want to do our referees, we can throw them up on the screen, and there they are. The referee is Bill Dozier. The umpires is George Adamowski. The lineman is Nick Harton. And the line judge is Mike Mann. The side judge it's actually John Dell, D-E-L, not C. And the field judge is Scott Davis. Those are the referees for the game, as you see Mr. Dozier running out to the middle of the field to get ready to do the coin toss.
Concerns from earlier.
Looking forward to this game for a while. This is going to be a barn burner. I really think it's going to be a defensive battle. I just think that the team who can run the ball the best, I think, is going to have the advantage. Hampton has seen a lot of passing here lately because they were supposed to be weak in the defensive backfield, but they've held their own. Let's send it down to Ross Carney down on the field. He's got a little bit of chatting to do down there. Go ahead, Ross.
Hey, guys. Before the game started, it was nice and calm down here. But since then, since we went on the air, the wind has picked up, I'd say, a good 10 to 15 miles an hour. Right now, the flags are standing, actually not even standing. They're just running right down the pole. But you can feel a swirling wind, and the coaches were a little concerned about the kicking game, how that would play later on tonight, which it could come down to a last-minute field goal for somebody to win.
Here's the coin toss with our referee, Mr. Dozier.
For the gold captain or the red captain. Okay, two things I want you to take back to your teams, guys. When the whistle sounds, it's over. You got a guy wrapped up and the whistle blows, don't stick him on his head, all right? The other thing is you hit somebody, they know they've been hit. Stay out of their face and only unsportsmanlike. I want you captains to help control your players, all right? Also, I want you Phoebus captains to look at your teammates and get those jerseys pulled in. Okay?
I don't hear him, so I assume he is not Mike, and he's talking to the – there he goes.
Correct? Captain, you're going to receive at this end. So we have Phoebus has won the toss. Hold up, guys. Elect the two defer. Okay, Hampton, put your back around here. Come around here, Phoebus.
All right, so the Crabbers have won the toss. They have.
Bring them out, guys. Have a good ball game. Good luck to you.
Phoebus has won the toss, deferred to the second half. The Crabbers will receive the ball.
Same goddamn
and we'll go ahead and show the starting offense.
Well, nobody wants to shake hands.
And starting for Hampton, number 66, Tyrell Wilson at tackle. Number 72, Koziel Newsom at tackle. Number 57, Tyron Hainsworth at guard. Number 60, William Jefferson at guard. Number 53, Eric Cam, center. Number 7, Sean Fields at flanker. Number 8, Matt Schaefer at flex. Number 10, Debonair Foster at split end. Number 42, Doug Graves, the fullback. The tailback, number 2, Tron Martinez. And the quarterback, number 1, Matthew Matt Mitchell. That's the Hampton offense, Mike, tonight going up against the Phoebus Phantoms. And there you can see one of the Crabbers on the field. The extra stands that we have put in for this game, you can see the crowd shot.
Matt Cole has now teed the ball up for the Phantoms as he gets set to kick off deep And deep for the Crabbers is number 7, Sean Fields, standing at his own goal line. As this game is now underway. Number 23 for the Crabbers, that's Calvin Roberts. Takes the kickoff. 35 on the tackle for.
And here's the defense for the Phoebus Phantoms. At tackle number 62, Dominique Davenport. The other tackle, number 51, Charlie Jones. The defensive end, number 7, Daquan Romero. The other defensive end, number 38, Colby Goodwin. The inside linebacker, number 11, Darius McMillan. Inside linebacker, number 35, Lavonte Battle. Outside linebacker, number 25, Chaz Robinson. Outside linebacker, number 28, Romeo DeLoach. Cornerback, number 5, Markel Wilkins. The other cornerback, number 4, Reed Evans. And at safety, number 8, Nathaniel Motley. The Phoebus Phantom defense.
Mitchell will set up. That's Graves on the carry up the middle. Out to the 20. Nice run as second and third effort gets them almost 7 yards on the play, all the way out to the 24-yard line. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 2 for the Crabbers.
Mike, here's the replay. A very good run. Gets through several tackles before number 25, Chaz Robinson of Phoebus, finally is able to corral him and bring him down. But a nice run to start off the game by the Crabbers.
Graves and Martinez in the power I. They have 3 wideouts, 2 to the near. Matt Mitchell, the quarterback for the Crabbers, under center. 2nd down and 2. Little broken play as Mitchell ends up having to run the ball, maybe picks up a yard to the 25.
It's like somebody missed something there in the huddle, Mike, and didn't quite get that play right, but Matt tried to make something out of it and pick up a yard.
Mitchell turned around to his left, and there was nobody there, or he ran into his own player. That was number 15, Shaw. Paul Shaw, a little bit of confusion there. Ball is sitting right at the 25-yard line. 3rd down and a long 1 for the Crabbers.
3rd and 1, we're probably going to see Tron Martinez. Martinez with about 173-yard average per game. He's the main offense, Mike, for the Crabbers.
Shaw in motion. There's a handoff to Graves up the middle, and he is stopped short of the 1st down. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 1 for the Crabbers. So the Phantoms defense holds them 3 and out.
Watch number 62, Dominique Wilkins, on this play as he gets into that middle and clogs it up and helps to bring down the runner.
Darius McMillan also on the stop that time as he helped put the clamps on Graves. Back to punt the ball now is Matt Mitchell.
See some of the overflow crowd back along the fence as they've got them everywhere they can put them.
Reed Evans is back deep to receive the punt at his own 42. Gets away from one tackler and is brought down hard right at midfield. Gain of about 9 on the return for the Phantoms. That's going to bring up 1st and 10 for Phoebus at midfield.
Anthony Wardrett, number 70, finally making the stop on Evans. Evans, with that great speed, the receiver for Phoebus, does a super job. Now here's the Phoebus Phantom offense. Number 64, Andre Purnell at tackle. The other tackle, number 51, Charlie Jones. The guard, number 50, Jaquan Hogan. The other guard, number 62, Dominique Davenport. At center, number 55, Robbie Davis. Tight end, Demetrius Ward, number 30. The flanker, Reed Evans, number 4. The split end, Jermondo Towler, number 16.
That's a pass out here to Evans. Picks up about 4 on the play down to the Crabber 46-yard line.
And we'll continue with the rest of the offense for the Phantoms. Again, the split end, number 16, Jermondo Towler. The fullback, Darius McMillan, number 11. And the tailback, Sean Alston, number 22. And the quarterback, number 10, Taj Boyd.
2nd down and 6 for the Phantoms at the Crabber 46-yard line.
We'll have to see how soon it'll be before the Boyd-Evans combination tests this tough Crabber defense.
Well, we just had a shot of it right there and picked up 4 on the play. Boyd behind center. Ooh, the back moved and didn't get the call. That's Austin on the run. Got open and over on the far side of the field. Going to pick up about 7 yards, and that's going to be good for a first down. I thought he moved in the backfield before the snap.
Looked like they did. Here's the defense for the Hampton Crabbers. Tackle number 70, Anthony Wardrat. Tackle number 60, William Jefferson. Defensive end number 74, James Lynch. The other defensive end, number 66, Tyrell Wilson. Inside linebacker number 32, Billy Evans. Inside linebacker number 30, Pierre Wynn. Outside linebacker number 11, Andy Allison. The other outside linebacker number 2, Tron Martinez. Cornerback number 10, Debonair Foster. The other corner, number 7, Sean Fields. And the safety, number 15, Paul Shaw.
That's Austin again on a carry, and the second effort's going to pick up about 7 yards all the way down to the Crabber 32-yard line. Nice run on the left side of the line of scrimmage on that one.
Here's that replay. We see the runner going to the left. That's Austin, number 22. So he gets a quick little burst of speed there to get some yardage for the Phantoms.
Second down and a long 3 for the Phantoms, sitting at the 32-yard line. Dodge Boyd, the quarterback, hands the ball off again to Austin, right up the middle. He's going to pick up close to a first down, depends on the mark here.
Phoebus working that left side early in the game. Of course, Hampton has that quick defensive line. Phoebus is hoping to neutralize them quickly and efficiently so their runner Austin can get that quick spurt.
Looks like they're going to call a timeout for measurement here as he's that close.
That play again, you'll see Sean Alston get the ball, takes off to the left side, cuts back. He's getting some good blocking up front. Seem to be handling Crabbers right at the moment, but it's early in the game. We've only had a few plays.
1st and 10 as he got it by about the length of the football. 1st and 10 for the Phantoms. Ball rests right inside of the Crabbers' 29-yard line. 2 consecutive first downs so far, all on the ground with the exception of a little screen swing pass to the near side here that went for 4 on the very first play. Back to pass over the middle is completed to the tight end, and I believe he fumbled the ball.
Looks like number 32 for Hampton came up with it. That's Billy Evans, number 32, who gets that turnover, Mike. I didn't quite see that exchange there.
Neither did I. The pass was completed to Demetrius Ward. Let's see if we can see it on the replay.
He makes the catch, turns.
There it is. Yes, indeed.
Right,
he took it right out of his arms.
Takes it right from him.
So the Crabbers get the turnover here early and have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
So a quick turnover. We'll see what Hampton can do with this.
Mitchell behind the center. Paul Shaw in motion for the Crabbers. There's a pitch out to Martinez for his first carry of the night, and he breaks free, headed towards the left sideline and get that one tap. Oh, yeah, he got by him. All the way down to out of bounds at the Phantoms' 31-yard line.
It looked like on the play that it was number 5 of Phoebus, and that would be Markel Wilkins, who finally caught up with him to get him out of bounds.
They'll mark out as a 48-yard run.
Watch this replay. Martinez heads off the right. Look at the good blocking inside. He splits 4 defenders, gets to the outside, and it looks like number 8. Number 8, I thought it was number 5. Looks like number 8, Nathaniel Motley, is the one that finally got him out.
They give him 53 yards on the carry, according to our statisticians to the left of us. 1st and 10 at the just outside the 30-yard line. There's Graves up the middle,
nice
big hole. That's near another first down, 11 yards on the carry as Graves all the way down to just inside the 20, another Crabber first down.
You can see the happy fans there. It looked like a quick counter to the left side. Big hole opened up, Mike, real big hole.
Boy, did the momentum switch fast, didn't it?
Watch this replay. You can see the blocker's going right, and he comes back left, right through the hole left there.
Nice little force the issue there to get that extra yard or 2.
Yep, nice work by the front line of the Hampton Crabbers to create that hole.
1st and 10, ball rest at the 20. Mitchell again under center. Graves is the fullback with Martinez right behind him in the eye as the tailback. And it looks like they were going to try to forcing a jump offside. Instead, they're going to go for it. And here goes Graves again up the middle. He's met up front by a host of Phantoms, maybe a yard on the play, and that's about it. Looks like 51, Charlie Jones on the stop for the Phantoms.
Matt Mitchell doing a good job for the Crabbers this year, Mike, as we see him hand off on this play. Matt very cool, calm, methodical, very steady young man in the quarterback position as he leads the Crabbers in this game tonight against Phoebus.
2nd down and 9 for the Crabbers. Ball's at the 19.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports live, coming to you from Darling Stadium, the Phoebus-Hampton game.
Mitchell for his first pass of the night. It is complete. He is really battling on that play, and that was number 30, Pierre Wynn, and he was still up trying to go when the whistle was blown.
He was at Chaz Robinson, number 25, had him wrapped up, but he kept driving and driving. Watch how this play pans out. See a nice little quick pass, short pass by Mitchell, complete. And watch how Chaz Robinson wraps him up, and they can't bring him down.
Only pick up a 3 on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 with the ball rest at the Phantoms' 16-yard line. They need to get to the 10-yard line to get a first down.
At Mitchell averaging about 13 attempted passes during a game. The Hampton team averaging 101 yards per game passing. So Matt will do the short passes. They're high percentage passes, and they get them where they need to be.
And it looks like Paul Shaw may have took off just a little bit early over there. That's going to, I believe, be a 5-yard penalty against the Crabbers.
You see Matt Mitchell now as he goes toward the sideline to get the play.
Procedure is to call against the Crabbers. 5-yard penalty.
False start against the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
So it'll be 3rd down and 11 now for the Crabbers as it's pushed outside to the 21.
Here's that last play real quickly. You can see a lot of movement on the line.
Looks like a couple of players on the line even moved. Looks like the snap count fooled a lot of their own players. Mitchell back to pass out of the shotgun, being forced out, and down he goes. He's going to lose about 6 yards all the way to the 26 or 27-yard line.
Number 7 for the Phoebus Phantoms, Daquan Romero, finally brought him down, but somebody else, and I couldn't quite catch the number, Mike. Somebody else got in there. Let's see if we can find out who that was. Mitchell with the ball goes back, looks like number 62. I think that's Dominique Davenport, if I remember correctly. Yes, Dominique Davenport, number 62, got into to force that play.
So 4th down and about 17 now for the Crabbers as the ball sits outside of the 26-yard line. And they're going to go for it instead of kick a field goal. Now, Mitchell's got a leg that can get it this far. Back to pass. Looks like it's a screen over the middle. And it's intercepted. The Phantoms read that one big time.
Darius McMillan.
And he's on his way. And here goes Martinez going after him. And he brings him down all the way to the 5-yard line. You talk about a ebb and flow in this game. One way and then back to the other. And Martinez is still down, and he is hurt after making that tackle.
And, Mike, I know we're going to have a replay on this. I want you to keep your eye on Darius McMillan. He read this all the way. Watch number 11, Darius McMillan, as he comes in right there to make the interception. He read the quarterback's
eyes. The Crabber receiver fell down on the play.
Yeah, it was.
So the Phantoms have taken over the ball, 1st and 10 at the Hampton 5-yard line after the interception. Still no score here in the first quarter, 3:12 to go.
We've had 2 quick turnovers here in the game, Mike. Nobody's capitalized on them yet.
1st and 10, Phantoms at the Hampton 5-yard line. 1st and goal. Hand off to Austin. He's hit at the 5, and I think he fumbled the ball.
Yes, he did.
And I think the Crabbers have it. So here we go again. Yep, number 41 for the Crabbers, Perry Sterling, came up with the fumble.
I tell you what, of all we expected. I'm not quite sure this is it. Watch the play. He loses it right there. He runs into his own player and loses the ball. It bounces out at number 70.
Number 41 got him. My goodness. So we got one turnover and then another turnover and then another turnover. So the Crabbers will have the ball 1st and 10 outside of their own 5-yard line. Man, what a first quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, sit back. You're going to watch a good one here tonight. You're watching it live on WHCS Channel 46 Sports.
Mitchell on a keeper up the middle. Looks like he's going to pick up about 2 or 3 yards on the play as he scooted a little bit to his left to avoid a tackle. Gets out near the 10-yard line.
That didn't fool too many people on this. He did pick up a few yards.
Well, I didn't think he was trying to fool him. I thought he was just trying to pick up
range.
a few.
Yep.
He picked up about 3.5 yards on the plays. That ball sits at the 9-yard line now for the Crabbers. Give him 4 yards on the play to be 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7. As we head towards the end of the first quarter, we've still got 2:20 to go. Shaw again in motion. There's another flag as our referee back there throws another flag, and looks like it might be a little bit of movement again against the Crabbers. And it is half a distance to goal this time. See who moves.
Prior to the snap, false start against the offense, 5 yards, remains 2nd down.
2nd down and 12 for the Crabbers as the ball sits now at their own 4-yard line.
There you see some of the Hampton cheerleaders. Quite a few of them out there tonight cheering their team on. This is one of the biggest games, if not the biggest game in the area. And as you see the game tonight, we'll pan around through the stands, and you can see the number of people that are here is just packed. Mike, is just extremely packed. And a beautiful night, as you said prior to the start of the game.
There is definitely more than 10,000 here, folks, because there's people lining up around the fence. And we're going to have a delay of the game against the Crabbers because they took just a little bit too long to get it going. That'll move it back another half a distance to the goal.
Early mistakes here in this game, Mike. Not something we expect.
Prior to the snap, delay a game against the offense, half the distance, remains 2nd down.
There's some of that crowd I was telling you about, folks, and you can see every seat is taken. There's nothing open anywhere. People are standing around the fence. They've put in 2 sets of extra stands down toward the east end, and the place is filled.
As we expected it to be. 2nd down and 14 now. And the ball off to Martinez. He breaks out to about the 3, maybe gain of a yard, and that's it. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 13 for the Crabbers.
Hampton's got to be real careful here, too, Mike, almost working out of their own end zone. You can see on this one the exchange came in the end zone, and very dangerous. But fortunately, it worked out where they got a couple of yards. There you see Matt Mitchell, along with number 42 of Hampton, and that would be Doug Graves, the fullback.
Minute 15 to go here in the first quarter as the clock continues to run on a fast-moving first quarter.
Yes, it is.
3rd down and long, 13 now for the Crabbers at their own 3-yard line. Draw play to Martinez, and he breaks free out to about the 6, and he gets maybe 3 yards on the play, and that's about it. That's going to end up bringing a 4th down and 9 for the Crabbers as the punting unit comes onto the field. Here's a replay of that last play.
Hampton just trying to get a little room out there so they can get the ball out.
Mitchell back to punt the ball for the Crabbers. Back deep for the Phantoms, number 4, Reed Evans. Here's the kick. Relatively short, bounces inside the 40 and gets a Hampton bounce out to the 47-yard line where it is touched dead at the 47. So the Phantoms get another 3 and out on the Crabbers. A couple of penalties hurt them a little bit on that drive. So the Phantoms will take over here for their 3rd attempt of the first half, as each team now has had the ball 3 times already in the 3rd quarter. And
First quarter, I'm sorry.
As Scotty says, that's right. The people at home, they have the best seat in the house right now watching this game.
And we hope everyone out there is enjoying this live broadcast tonight as we bring you Phoebus Football-Hampton Crabber football. 24 seconds left in the first quarter here at Darling Stadium.
Boyd is set back to throw again over the middle. That's the same play that took place a little while ago that the player ended up fumbling the ball. That's Demetrius Ward on the reception. Gain of about 12 on the play to the 35-yard line and a first down for the Phantoms. Little quick
pass to a wide-open receiver.
Crabber's defensive backs seem to be laying back a little bit just to try to keep them from getting the big play. And so far, they're passing under the defensive backs and the linebackers and doing quite a good job. Alston on the carry doesn't get any, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And we have come to the end of the first quarter.
Here's that last play that ended the quarter. You see that Alston is not going anywhere. The quickness of the Hampton front line stacks them up, as you see number 60 for Hampton, and that's William Jefferson making the stop.
No gain on the play as we wait a couple of minutes for the second quarter to start. The Phantoms will have a second down and 10 at the Crabber 35-yard line as we are changing ends of the field. There's some shots of our little crowd here on the Hampton side. The cute little young man.
And ladies and gentlemen, this quarter is sponsored tonight by Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zooms supporting student athletes in Hampton. Zooms with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. Also sponsored by Kelly's Tavern, family dining with 2 locations on the peninsula. Port Warwick off of Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard here in Hampton. Tonight, if you take your ticket stub from this game to Kelly's Tavern, you can buy 1 burger and 2 drinks and receive another burger of equal value free. It's also brought to you by Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel.
All right, we get ready to start here the second quarter. Second down and 10. Boyd back to throw again. This one is, nice defensive play by the Crabbers, and I believe that was Martinez on the defense as it was intended for number 4, Reed Evans.
Watch the replay. That was number 2 or number 8 there.
Number 2.
Like number 2, Martinez.
Third down and 10 now for the Phantoms as the ball still sits at the Crabber 35. Let's send it down to Ross. What you got down there, Ross?
Hey, guys, I was just behind the bench of the Hampton High Crabbers, and Mitchell is really frustrated. He was trying to get his offensive line fired up. He seemed to be a little angry, throwing down water cups and really trying to get them fired up, motivated the next time they get the ball and they go out on the field.
Thanks, Ross. Nice little screen pass that time from Boyd. Going to get about 8 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 2 as the ball sits at the Crabbers 27-yard line. 4th and 2 for the Phantoms. Let's see what they are setting up to do.
That was Markel Wilkins on the catch for the Phantoms.
They're going for it on a 4th down and 2.
And why not? They're deep enough into the Crabber territory. If they don't make it, Hampton stacking the line.
And it looks like somebody on the Phantoms side moved after they got down into the 3-point stance. Well, that one backfired against them, so it looks like they're going to send in the
snap, false start against the offense, 5 yards, remains 4th down.
Boy, that was quick.
Watch this how Hampton jumps up there and fills the gaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on the front. You can see the very end of the line move right there.
So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 7 now as the Phantoms look like they're still going to go for it, but this time they bring in a looks like maybe a passing package as Boyd will set up in the shotgun. It's 3 wideouts to the near side over here.
Keep your eye on Reed Evans.
Back to pass. He fakes it and he takes off running. No, he pulls back up to throw. And there's Evans with the catch at the 20, the 18, and out of bounds at the 17. And that's a gain of looks like about 15 yards and for a first down for the Phantoms.
There's that combination, Mike, and it was a great play. Watch the fake on this as Taj Boyd takes it up the middle and then throws the pass complete to Reed.
Almost looks like it was deflected at the line of scrimmage. The 1st and 10 for the Phantoms at the Hampton 17-yard line.
They just told us down on the field, Mike, that that pass did look to Ross like it was deflected, definitely.
There's a handoff up the middle. Gain of maybe 4 on the play. I believe it was handed off to number 11, Darius McMillan.
I'm surprised he got that much yardage. Number 74, Jane Lynch. Watch this, is right there as they make the handoff in the backfield, and he just gets dragged. Watch, he just gets dragged with him.
And he picks up about 4 on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. Ball sits.
Right at 10 minutes in the game. Still no score here at Darling Stadium as you watch WHCS Channel 46 live.
Handoff to Austin. Hit in the backfield and dropped for about a 2-yard loss.
That's Billy Evans, number 32. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is a good example of the quickness of that Crabber defense as they shoot the gaps to get in to bring the runner down. Watch this replay, Mike. Billy Evans comes right through here. See him on the left-hand side of your screen as he comes through and shoots the gap. Austin has nowhere to go.
Timeout by the Phantoms as we have 9 minutes and 43 seconds to go here in the second quarter. No score here at Darling Stadium. Want to talk a little bit about the crew we have here?
Yes, sir, Mike. With this live production tonight, our production crew on the cameras, we have Nate Braxton, Susan Bowers, Ron Baton, and Steve Fryer. On the crane and camera on the field, Jeremy Ferries and Gene Wheeler. Our graphics and animation man, Andy Foley.
Andy Foley.
The slow motion instant replay. Great job by Mike Nowinski. Camera control operator is Sarah Myers. Our production assistant, the beautiful and lovely Renee Camden. The audio and chief engineer, Don Scheraus. And our director, our producer, the man that puts it all together, Scotty Bowers. Up in the booth, I'm Paul Rowe, along with Mike Hauser, Brett Musgrove. And on the field, we have Ross Carney III.
And don't forget about Mr. Bob Killen.
Bob Killen, the statistician.
3rd down and about 7 now for the Phantoms. Ball sits at the Crabber 15-yard line.
Last shot looked like a future Crabber there. And there you see a shot of
one of the, what that was.
Well, one of the monitors in the truck.
Okay. Here we go. Boyd under center. Evans in motion. Back to throw. Pass outside, incomplete. Intended for Evans. And that was number 11, Andy Allison, on the stop and the coverage for the Crabbers.
Boyd's pass hits him right where you don't want to hit him, right in the hands.
Yeah, that would have been a heck of a pass
yes,
to catch there. In to kick a field goal is Matt Cole, number 95. This is the Phantoms specialist, basically, who won a couple of games for him. Early this year, he kicked a field goal late in the 4th quarter against the Bruins of Bethel to win it. And he also kicked the winning field goal in overtime in the state semifinal game last year. So here's Cole on about a 37-yard block by the Crabbers. And it looks as though number 74 for the Crabbers got in there and blocked that ball, and that is James Lynch. Also along with number 60, William Jefferson. Those are the 2 big guns that usually cause havoc on the defensive side of the ball.
Let's see if we can see this, Mike, as here comes number 74.
It's not 74 that blocks it. It's got to be 60. That's
there
exactly who it is.
Right there in the middle of your screen.
So the Crabbers block a field goal. Still nobody has scored. And they start with this drive, 1st and 10 at their own 25. Mitchell takes the ball, hands it off to Martinez. Spun around. He's going to lose 2 on the play. Looks like number 7 on the tackle. That's Romero.
Daquan
Romero. Sorry.
Here's a replay. You see the Phoebus defense gets in there very quick. The defenses tonight are dictating this game so far.
A block field goal, 3 turnovers. 2nd down and 12 now with the ball sitting at the Crabber 23-yard line.
All the offensive starts have been set up by defensive plays tonight.
8:50 to go here in the second quarter of play. Still no score. The Crabbers have 3 wideouts, 2 to the far side. Mitchell hands the ball, fakes the handoff, passes. Ooh. And it was intended for number 30, Pierre Wynn, incomplete off his hands as he's getting hit.
Daniel Motley, number 8, makes the hit to make sure that the pass is not caught. You watch this replay.
Pass was
he gets it
high.
right there, and watch Nathaniel Motley hit him. No chance you're going to get another shot at that one.
So 3rd down and 12 now for the Crabbers at their own 23-yard line.
There you go, and there's some of the Crabber fans. Looks like right there. I'm going by the fact they're wearing red and white. Yeah, Crabber fan right there. Yes, sir.
So Mitchell again out of the eye. Takes the ball, back to throw. Pass is overthrown again to number 30, Pierre Wynn. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 12 as the punting unit for the Crabbers will probably be coming in here as they do.
See Mitchell on the play, fakes the handoff and throws. And Hampton going to the air quite a bit here early in the game. Kind of surprised at the number of passes they're throwing. But again, Mitchell averaging about 13 attempts per game.
Mitchell in to punt the ball back deep is number 4, Reed Evans again. This will be the Crabbers' 3rd punt of the night.
Always dangerous, Reed Evans.
Nice punt this time. A little spiral, turns over, catches the ball. And he's still on his feet. Caught the ball at the 42 and finally is brought down by the Crabbers' number 23, and that is Calvin Roberts at the 45.
And Mike surprised me he didn't call for the fair catch as we watch this on the replay. Nice kick with good hang time. Now watch right here. That's, to me, a fair catch you need to make right there, and he didn't. Somehow or another, as you said.
Andy Allison had him. Oh, he was down. His elbow hit the ground.
It's like we got a better shot of it up here than the referees did down there.
I tell you what, it's nice to have this new monitor up here because we can really see the stuff clearly.
And you just saw Danny Mitchell, the assistant coach for the Crabbers.
There's a ball that was handed off to Allison. No, I'm sorry, number 22, Alston.
And there's some of our cuter fans in the stands tonight.
The younger ones?
Yes. Oh, all of them are cute. There's
Gain of 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3 now for the Phantoms at the Hampton 48-yard line. That was Sean Alston on the carry. Dodge Boyd again out of the eye. Takes the snap, and again, Alston on the carry up the middle for the 1st down and a couple of extra yards to boot, all the way down to the Crabber 43. So the Phantoms are moving the ball on the ground against the Crabbers.
They really are, which is kind of surprising. Alston, you got to watch him. Watch how he gets the ball. Look at him. Look to see what's open and make the shifts and changes. Look at him following his blockers. Excellent job of running. And if there are any young kids out there watching this, I hope you're paying attention to how he gets the ball, looks to see where he's going, and looks to see where his blockers are and follows them through the hole.
It picks up a 1st down on the play. It's 1st and 10 for the Phantoms at the Hampton 43-yard line.
0-0 game here in the second quarter with about 7 minutes to go. You're watching this on WHCS Channel 46. Coming to you live from Darling Stadium.
Reed Evans again in motion, and there's a handoff right straight up the middle. Big gainer there for the Phantoms, number 20, Larry Goodwin. That's his 1st carry of the night. Picks up a bunch of yards all the way down near the Crabber 22-yard line and a 1st down.
Paul Shaw, number 15, finally makes the stop. You see him break a tackle through there and gets into some open area before Paul Shaw can get to him to bring him down.
Give him about 22 yards on the carry and a 1st down.
Job by the Phoebus front line that time to open up a hole.
And here is Alston on the carry. Nice play by the Crabbers, number 70, Wardrett on the stop for the Crabbers.
Anthony Wardrett, whose father works at the same school I do, at Jones Magnet Middle School.
2nd and 10.
No gain. Back to the line of scrimmage.
There you see the young Mr. Wardrett as he comes in. Papa's very proud of him.
Tyrell Wilson also on the stop for the Crabbers. 2nd down and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Seems like every time we get down near the 30-yard line or inside the 30-yard line, Mike, things seem to slow down as the defense toughens up both squads, Hampton and Phoebus.
Reed Evans again in motion. They're using him in a lot of motion here. This time he's rolling back, and he's running this time down the sideline. It looks like he's down near the 10-yard line. That should be good for a first down.
That was
nice
an interesting
run by
play.
Boyd. Yeah, it was. Now they're looking at, looks like they're going to set it back on out of bounds at about the 12.
At first I thought that was going to be a pass as Reed Evans went into motion, and you can see Boyd looking, and then he just kind of goes around the right-hand side. He saw the opening and figured he could get the yardage. Why not?
I'd like to see that play one more time and then stop the view right at the very end. You can see where he stepped out of bounds. He got just enough of the first down. The Phantoms will have a 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Let's see if we can see where he actually stepped out of bounds.
Mike, your wish is the command that our crew listens to.
Okay, here's the 20, 15. He's not at, there he is right there. And what a mark.
There.
Right at the 12.
You got that one right.
Yeah, he did.
Right on the nose.
1st and 10 for the Phantoms at the 12. They can get a first down without having to score here. Back to pass. And the receiver was never even looking.
Whoa.
The receiver it was intended for Towler. And I tell you what, number 15 for the Crabbers, Paul Shaw, just absolutely floored Towler. That was close.
I think Towler was thinking of another play. It looked like he didn't even know it was coming to him, and Boyd just turns and fires it to him. There's Paul Shaw as he flattens him. One of those things.
2nd down and 10 at the 12. There's a draw play up the middle as he gets inside the 10 down near the 9-yard line. That's Sean Alston on the carry. Flag down on the play. Face mask against the Crabbers, 5-yard version. But I guess that's going to be about a half a distance to the goal as they place the ball inside the 5.
Mask, 5 yards, remains 2nd down.
Well, that was tough to see on that one. I guess they were down on the ground. They had a better shot than we did from up here at this angle.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 from the 5. They need to get inside the 2 for first down.
Deepest penetration that either of the teams have had tonight, Mike. Getting down to about 5 minutes here in the half.
There's a handoff again to Alston up the middle. First down and touchdown. As the Phoebus Phantoms have drawn first blood here in the 2nd quarter of play with 5 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Sean Alston goes in 5 yards for the score.
Here's the replay. It's a simple handoff off tackle. You see him with the ball, follows his blocker once again. I like the way this young man runs, Mike. He looks and follows.
Matt Cole now in to attempt the extra point. Remember last time he was in there to kick a field goal, it got blocked. Snap was good. Kick is up long enough, and it is good. So the Phoebus Phantoms out in front of the Hampton Crabbers by a score of 7-0.
5 minutes, 13 seconds to go in the half here at Darling Stadium. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching this live on WHCS Channel 46 Sports. Mike Hauser and Paul Rowe, along with Brent Musgrove and the statistician.
Well, it's Bob Killen.
Bob Killen.
Don't forget about Ross Carney down on the sideline. Where you at, Ross?
Phoebus Phantoms 7, Hampton Crabbers 0. As you look at Coach D, Here's the replay of that touchdown. Alston following his blocker. It looked like number 62, Dominique Davenport.
All right, let's send it down to Ross down on the sideline. Go ahead, Ross.
Hey, guys, I was standing down in the end zone watching that drive by the Phantoms, and it was really obvious how well the offensive line was blocking. The hole was big enough for 4 or 5 players to come through. If that continues, Hampton could be in for a long night. However, I think Hampton's going to respond right here on this kickoff when they get the ball back.
And here's Matt Cole in to kick the ball off for the Phantoms now. Deep down the middle of the field. At the 9-yard line. Right up the middle. Nice run. Outside to the 30. Trying to see exactly who it was that carried that ball.
I think it was number 33. Nope, 23.
Okay, 23, and that is Calvin Roberts. He is their main runner on the return. There's a Susan up there.
Susan Bowers on the camera.
So the Crabbers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line with 5:06 to go in the first half, trailing the Phoebus Phantoms 7-0 here at Darling Stadium on a nice, perfect football evening.
Cool evening with a breeze. I don't know whether it's still stiff and strong like Ross says it was early in the game. Feels nice up here.
There's a pitch to Martinez. It's a run of about 5 yards to the 35.
Stopped by several Phantoms on that, including number 38, Colby Goodwin, who was in on it. Looked like about 3 or 4. There's a shot of the flag, and you can see it's barely moving out there, so the wind has pretty much quit. So it's a nice, cool football night. Here you see Martinez with the run. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 Phantoms as they bring him down.
With the exception of the long run that he had early in the first quarter, and they haven't really used him as much as I thought they would, to be honest with you.
Oh, he's picked up a few yards here and there. I don't think we've seen the last of him.
2nd down and 5 for the Crabbers. Mitchell back to pass. And he gets leveled.
Number 51, Charlie Jones.
Mitchell ran right smack into the arms of Jones and didn't go any further. He ended up losing about a yard on the play.
Looks like Mitchell couldn't find anybody and was getting pressured from the left side, and there he goes right into Jones. That play wasn't going anywhere after that.
Didn't take him down, but he kept him from advancing and lost a yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and about 6 for the Crabbers inside of their own 35-yard line. Mitchell back into shotgun. 2 wide outs. 1 to the near, 1 to the far. Split backfield. Screen pass again out here, and there's plenty of Phantoms out there. He's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play, and that's it.
I think Phoebus smelled that out, and if we get a replay, you can see the line go in, but all of a sudden, Matt drops way back, and usually when a quarterback drops back that far, you're looking at a screen, and you can see the defense just stop like, okay, we see this coming. There they go.
Screen pass to Martinez. He's going to pick up about 4 on the play. It's going to be 4th down and 2 as Mitchell's back in there to punt again. Back deep is Reed Evans.
There you see Mike Smith with the ever-present hat turned backwards that he's famous for.
Well, he's probably a little upset over the fact the offense has not been successful tonight. There's a line drive kick as he gets a Hampton bounce all the way down inside the 20 to the 15, where it is downed by the Crabbers.
I'll tell you what, they got a fortunate bounce and roll on that one. That was a nice kick.
47 yards on the punt is what it ended up being from Mitchell, as the Phantoms now will take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line with 2:39 to go in the first half of play.
There, look at this shot of the crowd. Look at this. Find an empty seat. Find an empty seat. You can't.
Well, I'm really surprised they have so many people in here that they are lined up too deep all the way around the fence too, with the exception of right in front of the stands.
There you see the extra stands that they put in at the east end of the stadium.
Here's a handoff to Alston up the middle to about the 11, and he is hit and met there by the line of the Crabbers and brought down after a gain of about a yard on the play.
Here's the replay. Doesn't get much.
Couldn't really see who actually got the tackle. Even on the replay, we were blocked by some of the Hampton players. 2nd down and 9 now for the Crabbers. What an eventful first half. 3 turnovers, a blocked field goal.
A defensive game.
Well, so far, the Crabbers' offense has not been able to do much with the ball so far. Phantoms have moved the ball pretty good, pretty successful. Looks like they're going to gain about 4 on that play.
Well, there we go with some. I'm not sure. That's got to be Hampton. I see a little red over there, and I'm not sure what it is. O-N on. Oh, it's the end
of the word Hampton. Okay, O-N.
All right, I'm going to assume that's where you come to the stadium and you paint the letters on your chest.
I think they're missing a whole bunch of players. All right, all right, here we go. 3rd down and about 7 now is Boyd on a keeper. Down he goes after picking up about 3 yards on the play. He's going to be short, be 4th down. Looks like the Crabbers want to call timeout and force the Phantoms into punting the ball. We're down to 1:07 as Boyd's going to pick up maybe 3 yards on the play out to about the 22, and it's going to force the Phantoms into punting.
Number 66, Tyrell Wilson, was the one that tripped up the runner on that play, as you saw the replay.
1:07 to go here before halftime. 4th down and about 3 here.
There's the Hampton sideline. You saw Mike Smith walk by a minute ago.
Paul Shaw, number 15.
There's some Hampton Crabber fans right there.
Obviously, the cameras are looking at the Hampton side, huh?
There's Danny Mitchell, Mike Smith. Coaches.
Mike with his patent rear hat turned around backwards.
I like those glasses. He looks like a skier. There's the Phoebus side there. You can see the blue and gold.
4th down and 3 now for the Phantoms.
Packed over there. Packed.
Matt Cole in to punt the ball deep for the Crabbers, I believe is Martinez. Or is that number 7? That's Sean Fields. Nice snap. The kick is off. It's relatively short.
A lot of height to it.
Need to get out of the woo. Went right by Crabber. Looks like it's going to get to about the 44-yard line. That only goes for about 20 yards on the punt that time. And the Crabbers have pretty good field possession with 55 seconds left. 2 timeouts left. 1st and 10 at the Phantoms' 44-yard line.
Score, the Phoebus Phantoms 7, the Hampton Crabbers 0. You're watching Friday Night Sports in the Peninsula District on WHCS. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight you're watching it live right here from Darling Stadium. There's the Hampton band.
Mitchell in the shotgun. 4 wideouts now. There's a pitch to Martinez, and he fumbles the ball. And I believe they got the ball back, but they're going to lose about 4 yards on the play, as that was a shovel pass that went nowhere.
Darius McMillan was right there on that, as we see some of the young ladies from Hampton High School as their band prepares to take the field for halftime. And by the way, we'll be showing you that halftime entertainment, so stick around, folks, and watch the Crabber Band.
Mike Smith has called timeout for the Crabbers. That's going to leave them with 1 here in the first half. 28, is it 28 seconds?
Like 20, either 20 or 28. Not sure which. See Coach D and the Phoebus Phantom coaches.
Well, this is very much the first half we expected to see out here.
Now, Mike and Danny appear to be talking to the referees about something. I'm not sure. Danny doesn't seem to be happy at all.
I wonder if we have a replay of that last play and see maybe if he's upset over the fact that maybe the Phantoms were offside. We can only speculate.
Yeah, we don't know. Could be the spot. Could be the spot of the ball. We're hearing from the booth that it might be something about holding that they thought was happening down on the field. So not a lot you can do about that unless the referee sees it and calls it.
2nd down and 15 now for the Crabbers as the ball rests at the Phantoms' 49-yard line. Loss of 5 on that last play. Martinez in the backfield alongside of Matt Mitchell. Crabbers have 4 wideouts, 2 both to the near and far side. There's a pass. There's a quick pass outside. Looks like he's going to be out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. That's going to be a gain of maybe 7 on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7 for the Crabbers.
Debonair Foster on the reception. Here's the quick little pass to Foster. He goes immediately out of bounds almost.
Call it 2nd down and 7 with the ball sitting just outside of the 46-yard line. And Mike Smith's calling timeout again. Guess he's going to try to pull out a trick play here or something, but he just wasted his last timeout of the game, or of the first half.
There's Renee Camden.
Hello, Renee.
Renee, one of the crew for WHCS.
Does a pretty good job. She takes care of us before each game.
Oh, yes, our production assistant, Renee Camden. I feel sorry for her, though, when we have the cold weather. Mike Smith and Danny Mitchell out on the field talking to the team. There's about 23 seconds to go. Hampton not on the board now. You would hope or think that they're probably trying to figure out some way to put some points on the board, whether they get the touchdown or get a field goal and go in with 3 points. You hate to go in with nothing, so I'm sure Mike's telling them that he wants to get something on the board before they get in.
It looks to me like he needs to get about 15 or 20 yards at least before Mitchell's going to have a chance at a field goal. And they got to get it out of bounds, too, to stop the clock as the clock sits at 23 seconds because they just wasted their last time out.
A lot of quick down and outs.
Here's Mitchell back to pass again. And down he goes as he is sacked in the backfield.
As you said, Mike, no timeouts. The clock is running. It's down to 10 seconds left in the first half. Coming to you live from Darling Stadium, WHCS Channel 46. Here's that last play.
And they let the clock run out. So that's the end of the first half of play here as the Hampton Crabbers are trailing the Phoebus Phantoms by a score of 7-0. We're going to try to pass it down to the field with a possible interview with Coach Smith if we can get, and he's not going to do it. He doesn't want to talk to Ross. The coaching staff of the Crabbers are a little bit upset. And so, Paul, what you got down there?
I'm sorry, but right now the coaches are really concentrating on what they need to focus on at halftime. So maybe we can get something when they come back out of the locker room.
Well, they were complaining a little bit about the fact that they thought the Phantoms were doing a lot of holding on the play, and as Ross has heard. So we're at the halftime now as we will sit here and watch as the Phantoms Marching Band will perform for us here at the halftime.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's WHCS Channel 46 Sports coming to you live as we bring you tonight's football game, the Phoebus Phantoms and the Hampton Crabbers.
Did you hear me, Scotty?
Yeah, go ahead, Ross.
Hey guys, I just want to quickly, before the Hampton band, I found somebody in the crowd, our honorable mayor. Mayor, can you tell us, what do you think about tonight's game?
Oh, I think it's very exciting. The caliber of football on the peninsula is shown here tonight with two great teams in Hampton High and Phoebus High School.
Well, Mayor, can you tell us, recently you and the school board have been working together on the new school they want to build. Maybe you can enlighten the citizens about the new school and the type of program that you're following in which to implement that.
Well, you know, we've committed ourselves to build 8 new elementary schools, middle school, K through 8, pre-K through 8 in the city of Hampton. We're now looking at the possibility of an additional high school, and we went to look at one to see what it looked like in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Go back and enjoy the game, and we appreciate you joining us on air.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ross. Also, for some of you people that don't realize it, the city is in the process of installing new scoreboards here at Darling Stadium. And it's my understanding they are here, and they are sitting in storage over there waiting, and the hopes of possibly getting them installed at least by the playoffs. And we will have 2 of them, one at each end of the field. And we're looking forward to seeing those.
That's going to be really nice. That's going to be very, very nice.
Entering the field now for our halftime entertainment, the Crabbers.
And we just listened to the Phoebus High School band, a great performance by the band. And there they are, entering the field for your halftime entertainment, the Hampton High School Marching Band.
Look at their banner. They're known as the Pride of the Peninsula, the Crabber Marching Band. We'll be right back in just a short minute here at the Darling Stadium. All right, welcome back here. Second half action as the Phoebus Phantoms lead the Hampton Crabbers 7-0 at the half. Go ahead with the...
Well, Mike, as we start the third quarter of this game, the third quarter is going to be sponsored by Eric Thompson Realtor with William E. Wood. Eric is a Hampton City Schools alumni and a former athlete. Call Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give him a call at 881-2004. And by Zooms, we're proud to have David Allen and Zoom sponsoring us once again this year. Zooms with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. And Kelly's Tavern, family dining with 2 locations on the peninsula, one at Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. Kelly's Tavern with 56 Best of Food and Dining Awards in Hampton Roads for 2007. And Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara.
All right, as we get set here for third quarter action, the Crabbers will be kicking off to the Phantoms, as the Crabbers will be defending the west end zone to start the third quarter of play. Here shortly, we'll put up on the screen our halftime statistics for the game. Mitchell kicks the ball off, and it's down at the 10-yard line. 20, 30, just shy of the 30-yard line. And we'll go ahead and throw up the stats for the first half. As you can see, the Phantoms pretty much dominated offensively in the first half. 7 first downs to the Crabbers, 2. Rushing, they had 80 yards. Hampton only had 68. Passing was 5 for 51 for the Phantoms, 3 for 20 for the Crabbers. They were 5 of 7. The Phantoms were 3 of 6 with an interception was the Crabbers. 1 punt return for 10 yards, and that was it. Looks like the Phantoms had 4 sacks for 9 yards total loss. 4 sacks also for the Crabbers for a loss of 7. Here's Austin taking the handoff on the first play of the third quarter outside the 35-yard line to the 36. 2 fumbles by the Phantoms. They lost both of them. The Crabbers fumbled the ball 1 time, did not lose it. Penalty yards in the first half was 1 penalty for the Phantoms, 5 yards, 4 for 20 for the Crabbers. First half statistics were provided courtesy of Mr. Bob Killen and Mr. Brent Musgrove. Let's send it. Okay, we'll go down to Ross just as soon as this play is over with. Second down and 2 for the Phantoms. Handoff is to the fullback up the middle. He's going to maybe pick up a yard at the most.
He runs into Pierre Wynn, number 30, and doesn't get much yardage at all on that one, Mike.
Go ahead, Ross.
Hey, guys, I was in the locker room, had the privilege of going in the Phoebus locker room during halftime, and it was very calm, collected. Coach D just told his team to keep doing what they're doing. He was really proud of the offense and defensive line, told them to keep doing what they were doing. I don't expect any changes, but who knows between these 2 coaches.
Thanks, Ross. Third down and 1 for the Phantoms. 2 wide outs to the far side in the I formation. And the off to Austin, gains of a yard, 2 yards, and it picks up about 5 all the way to the 42 on second effort. That's going to give the Phantoms 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. So they start their first drive with a first down here in the third quarter of play. The statistics show the score being 7-0. You know, what do you think?
Well, I think it's a defensive struggle. That's what we talked about during the break, Mike. Both defenses have played real well in this game so far. Phoebus with one of the top offenses in the area being slowed down by the Crabbers and vice versa.
Here we go, 1st and 10 at the 42. Austin again, the ball up the middle. Picks the ball, takes the ball out to just outside the 45-yard line. We're going to give them almost 4 on the carry. And right now, the offensive line of Phoebus is taking care of business when it comes to the defensive line for the Crabbers right now.
Here's the replay on that, Mike, as you see Austin with the ball off the right-hand side.
It looked like number 60, William Jefferson, on the stop for the Crabbers.
I like the way that Phoebus has begun over the last few games, Mike, to establish that running game once again. When they first came out, you and I were here for the first couple of games, and it was a Taj Boyd to Reed Evans and Towler, and everybody thought we were going to see a passing attack all year long. Now they've got the running game going.
Back to pass is Boyd, being flushed out of the pocket, and down he goes as looks like
Marquise Roboteau and number 75, Michael Tate, get in on that one.
I think it's very interesting that the Crabbers, William Jefferson, number 60, and their other great tackle, Anthony Wardrett, are both out of the game right now, standing on the sidelines. So some changes being made here for the Crabbers. Loss of about 3 on the play. 3rd down now, and it looks like 13 for the Phantoms. Back to pass. There's a little quick screen pass out there. It's completed all the way to midfield. It's going to be short of a first down as it was completed to Markel Wilkins, number 5 of the Phantoms. 4th down and a long 2 for the Phantoms.
On the replay, you see him split the 2 tacklers there to pick up about 5 more yards.
James Lynch, number 74 for the Crabbers, on the stop. Back to go in punt formation now is Matt Cole, number 95, back deep for the Crabbers, number 7, Sean Fields. Watch for a fake here. Nope. They went ahead and punted the ball. Almost blocked. Fair catch is called for by Shield, by Sean Fields, and he takes it at the 25-yard line. A 25-yard punt on the play.
Watch this great shot from ground level as we see the punter, and watch from the top or the side of the screen there, almost getting in, putting that hand up, just shy of blocking it.
So the Crabbers will take over their first possession here to start the third quarter.
Great shots by our camera crew again.
1st and 10 at the Crabber 25-yard line. One wide receiver, that's Sean Fields, to the near side. They're in the I formation. Martinez sets up deep, and he gets the ball up the middle, back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They're doing it defensively. The Phantoms are doing a great job stopping Martinez right at the line of attack.
So far, Mike, I've been real impressed with the Phantom defense. See Martinez hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, with the exception of that 53-yard run way back in the early part of the first quarter, they pretty much bottled up Martinez in the game.
Well, they really have, and that's been.
He has 55 yards
the game.
total. So he's only gained 2 yards total out of all the runs he's had since that one long run. And here's Martinez on a sweep to the right, and he is again stopped right there at the line of scrimmage. He might pick up a yard at most.
See how that defense for Phoebus just swarms and follows the play.
Markel Wilkins, number 5, led the tackle for the Phantoms.
Watch the lateral movement to the right. All the lanes are blocked out there. There's good pursuit. but then you just slide along the line, force the runner to go out, and he's got nowhere to go, and they're stopping him. You know, Hampton had the number one defense, or has the number one defense in the district. Phoebus, number 3. Phoebus was giving up 214 yards and 14 points a game. Hampton, about 100 yards and 2.2 points per game. But we're seeing a big turnaround here so far.
Well,
this
it's
game
only
is far from being over.
And we're going to have a 5-yard penalty against Hampton for delay. They're taking just
snap, delay of the game against the offense, 5-yard foul, remains third down.
It's taking too much time to get the ball, the play into Mitchell. Third down and 15 now as the ball sits at the 20, just outside the 20. So again, the Crabbers in third and long situation here.
You're watching WHCS Channel 46 as we bring you the Phoebus-Hampton football game live tonight on Channel 46.
Mitchell being chased out of the pocket, gets a pass off, and it's completed. That was a great pass and play, reception by Matthew Schaefer on the play. Nice gain on the play, but he's going to be about 4 yards short of the first down as he's brought down at the 31-yard line.
Schaefer had to go up and get this one. Mitchell was being pressured in the backfield. He just basically got rid of that ball, and Schaefer went up. Look at him get up there and grab the ball. Good hands.
And Mitchell got hammered, too, when he threw the ball.
Mitchell got hammered, and the receiver got hammered.
So Mitchell drops back deep to punt the ball. Waiting back there is number 4, Reed Evans. There's the snap, and it's off the side of his foot. Down at the 50, inside Phoebus territory, and is down at about the 47-yard line. So Mitchell averaged over 40 yards of punt in the first half and kind of shanks that one a bit. Goes for about 22 yards on the punt, and the Phantoms back in business again, 1st and 10. Just outside their own 46-yard line. 7-0 Phoebus with 5:24 to go here in the third period of play. Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe, Brent Musgrove, Bob Killen, and who is that we got down on the sideline? Ross Phillips. Sorry, Ross.
Phillips. Ross Carney.
Ross Carney. Sorry, Ross.
We got some sort of a delay there on the field. We'll wait and see what the problem is.
Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Phantoms. Boyd back, hands the ball off to Alston, skips to the left, back to the right, and tries to get outside. And he tried his darndest to get free.
He did. Looked like he was going to have a big opening there, and I believe he just slipped on the ground.
Looks like
as he went down.
He'll gain about a yard on that play, and they had him bottled up pretty good in the backfield that time.
He tries the left side.
1, 2, 3 guys went
watch,
by him.
He just kind of slips and stumbles right there. He's moving and shaking in the backfield, and Phoebus is really beginning to rely on Alston as their runner. If I remember correctly, Mike, he dealt with some injuries to his ankle or his leg earlier in the season. He kind of started off slow. He is really stepping it up. And Phoebus, trying to control this game with the lead, has gone to the ground game.
Back
as I say that.
Over the middle of the field to Evans again, wide open. He's hit at the 40, picks up about another yard, down to about the Crabber 39-yard line. That's going to be good for about an 11-yard gain and a Phantom first down.
This young man is just amazing, Mike. You and I watched him now. We watched him last year, and we watched him this year. Watch the routes that he runs. You see Boyd back. He runs great routes. He gets open, and he has a connection with Boyd on what's going on, where he's going to be, and when the timing needs to be right, and they've got it going well.
1st and 10 for the Phantoms at the Crabber 39-yard line as the Phantoms on the move here in the third quarter play, already up 7-0. Boyd on the keeper and is hog-tied down. Looks like he's going to gain about a yard, as looks like Martinez on the stop for the Crabbers.
It looked like it was shaping up to be a pitch back to Alston.
Yeah, Boyd decided to hold on to
that one, yeah.
Gain of about a yard, and that's it. 2nd down and 9 for the Phantoms. Looks like number 60 for the Crabbers, William Jefferson, holding his arm as he comes off the field. That's not good news for the Crabbers.
No, not at this point.
They don't want to let Hampton back in. They don't want to let it get away from him.
2nd down and 9 for the Phantoms. Boyd back to pass. A screen pass out here to Alston. And then that play is going to go some yards all the way down near the 20. Still going inside the 15, down inside to about the 13-yard line, maybe even down further than that. We'll have to wait and see where they mark it, but that was set up perfectly.
And, Mike, that young man broke tackle after tackle and continued to drive. I don't know how he got through some of those tackles.
Here they are. They're setting it down 1st and 10 at the 13.
Watch him here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brought down 5 yards later by the 5th tackle.
1st and 10 for the Phantoms at the Crabber 13-yard line. Hand off to Alston again up the middle, and boy, he is met by number 75, Michael Tate, right there at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Tate got through unchecked right there and just crushed that play before it had any time to develop, really.
240-pound junior for the Crabbers.
Big boy. Big boy.
Gain of about a yard on the play at most. 2nd down and 9 for the Phantoms. Looks like the Phantoms will call their first time out here in this third quarter of play. So, go ahead.
2:25 left here in the third quarter. And there's Mr. Finch. Hello, Mr. Finch. Mr. Finch, a retired teacher. He's in the cap right there at the bottom of the screen. Retired teacher for the city of Hampton. Taught for about 30-some years at Spratley Middle School. Tonight we're coming to you live.
7-0.
Live. Michael, live.
Watch the replay of that last play. Oh, this is a replay of the screen.
See that little flip there? I just love the way he just goes through these tacklers. Alston is really showing that he is a fantastic runner.
It took James Lynch, one of the, I believe, the left side tackle, all the way back here to get him down. He was, he battled his way really, really well getting down that sideline, breaking 3 or 4 tackles. So after the timeout by the Phantoms, we'll have a 2nd down and 9.
You see a lot of people in red.
All sitting down at about the Crabber 12-yard line. There's Reed in motion again.
Good shot from ground level
back
camera.
To pass the ball.
Oh, now this is
into the corner.
This is
out of bounds, incomplete. A little bit overthrown.
That play was a great setup there, Mike. It was designed to go the other way, and then it was kind of a comebacker to the corner.
Here's a replay
it's
of that.
One of those tosses. Watch how he tries to get the misdirection going twice, and this is just supposed to be an up to the corner play. Almost.
3rd down now and 9 from the 12 for the Phantoms. Look like Ross is down there in the end zone area, back there behind the goalpost.
Marquis Rubateau just checking back into the game for the Crabbers. Going out was number 60, William Jefferson.
He's been going in and out a lot here in the third quarter already.
I wonder if he's got a leg problem or injury or something.
Here we go, 3rd down and 9. Boyd in the shotgun, back. It's a quarterback draw up the middle. Got away from the first tackle, number 60, before it looks like he picked up about 3 yards. That's going to bring up a 4th and long. And it looks like Matt Cole is coming in to kick a field goal.
Matt Cole with 4 field goals and 30 extra points so far for 42 points.
And he went right around William Jefferson, and it looks like it took number 65, Jamal Williams, to bring him down. But looks like about a 26-yard field goal now by Matt Cole, well within his range. His last field goal attempt early in the second quarter was blocked by the Crabbers. Let's see what happens here. Good snap. Ball's down, up. It's long enough. It's good. So Matt Cole extends the Phantoms' lead now to 10-0 over the Crabbers with 1 minute and 29 seconds left to go here in the third period of play. The Phantoms 10 and the Crabbers nothing.
WHCS Channel 46 Sports bringing you live coverage of Peninsula District varsity football, the big game of the year, Phoebus Phantoms and Hampton Crabbers. Tonight we've got a great production crew out here with us. We've got good shots of the crowd, but even better shots of the game going on. On our cameras tonight, Nate Braxton, Susan Bowers, Ron Bateman, and Steve Fryer. The crane and camera operated tonight by Jeremy Ferries and Gene Wheeler. The graphics and animation that you see on the screen done by Andy Foley. The slow motion instant replay by Mr. Mike Nowinski. The camera control operator is Sarah Myers, and our production assistant, the lovely Renee Camden. Audio and chief engineer, Don Sherrouse, and the director and producer of Channel 46, Mr. Scotty Bowers. I'm Paul Rowe, along with Mike Hauser. We have Brent Musgrove here with us, along with Ross Carney on the sidelines, and our statistician,
Mr. Bob Killen.
Bob Killen.
The Killen Man. Here we go. Cole set to kick off now for the Phantoms. Deep down the middle of the field. Looks like Sean Fields is going to take it at about the 6-yard line, out to the 15. Stutter steps a few times and is pulled down at the 22-yard line by the Phantoms number 36, and that is Tim Boyd on the stop.
You see Fields here looking for someplace to go, trying to follow the blockers. Phoebus just has the field covered. They boxed everybody in and flooded the front, or the zone, and nobody's going anywhere.
The Crabbers runners seem to be a little bit hesitant on running, as the Crabbers have yet to have a first down here in the third quarter of play.
Actually, I don't think they've had a first down since the first quarter.
Is that right? Crabbers have not had a first down since the first quarter. The Phantoms defense has really stepped it up here. Here we go, 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line for the Phantoms. Mitchell takes the snap, hands the ball off to the lead back out of there. That's the fullback. And that is Graves on the carry for the Phantoms. He's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play out to the 27-yard line.
Here comes that last play. See the runner trying to go forward. He's wrapped up real quick, as Mike said, by the Phoebus defense, which has come alive.
Battle on the stop for the Phantoms. 2nd down and 6. Second down and 6 for the Crabbers. Mitchell again under center. Wide outs to the left and right. Shaw in motion for the Crabbers. Hand off to Martinez, trying to inch his way, and he gets nowhere. Might pick up a yard, and that's it. As the smothering defense of the Phantoms, well, that time led by number 38, and that's Colby Goodwin on the stop.
See Phoebus set up in a 4-4 situation, and they're just plugging the gaps and keeping the outside covered to where they're turning the runners in, and they're making the stops, Mike.
Well, they're daring the Crabbers to throw the ball because they're setting up close to the line of scrimmage, and they've got the answer right now as far as the Crabbers running is concerned here in the third quarter. As we come to the end of the third quarter of play, the Phoebus Phantoms lead the Hampton Crabbers after 3 quarters of play by a score of 10-0.
You're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports Friday Night Peninsula District Varsity Football, brought to you live tonight as we watch the Phoebus Phantoms and Hampton Crabbers. Tonight's fourth quarter of the game will be sponsored by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at 2551 North Armstead Avenue. Nancy Staten, director. And by Eric Thompson of William E. Wood Realty. Call Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give him a call at 881-2004. And by Kelly's Tavern, family dining with 2 locations on the peninsula. Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. Remember, take your ticket stub from tonight's game to Kelly's Tavern. Buy 1 burger and 2 drinks and receive 1 burger of equal value free. And by Zooms, we're proud once again to have David Allen and Zooms sponsoring us this year. Zooms with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. And Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News.
Here's Ron Baton. Go ahead, Ron.
WHCS 246.
All right, 3rd down and 5 for the Crabbers. 3 wide outs, 2 to the far side in the eye, and that is Paul Shaw for the Crabbers in motion. There's a blitz up the middle, handed it off to Martinez, and he had nowhere to go. Right up the middle of the field for the Phantoms, and Martinez has been absolutely ineffective tonight against that Phantoms front defensive line.
The blitz come right through. Number 51, Charlie Jones of Phoebus, came through completely untouched.
So Mitchell back to punt again for the Crabbers. Pete Evans back deep for the Phantoms. A short punt again this time. Gets a Hampton bounce right into Evans' hands. And he gets about 5 yards on the return from the 50 to the 45-yard line. About 25 yards on the punt for Mitchell. And Mitchell's got to be getting tired. I mean, he's 3 and out and punt, 3 and out and punt. And so far, the Phoebus Phantoms line is dominating this game.
They are that.
1st and 10 for the Phantoms at the Crabber 45-yard line. The majority of this game so far, with the exception of once or twice early in the first half of play, this game's been played mostly in Hampton territory.
And Hampton used to controlling the game on a running basis, not doing that tonight.
Alston on the ball and a yard pickup on the play to about the 44-yard line. And brought down by Billy Evans of the Crabbers. Gain of a yard. 2nd down and 9.
Here you see Alston once again. I'll tell you, Mike, if with the lead now at 10-0 in Phoebus' favor, the way Alston has been running the ball, and they can ride him for the rest of the game and control the time on the clock, this is going to be tough for Hampton to come back.
Now, Mike Smith, win or lose, he'll have this team ready to play next week, believe me. Here's a draw play up the middle to Alston. Nice run all the way down to the Crabber 37-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
But he's still cranking out the yardage, Mike. Here he goes again, cutting through one tackler after another and just continuing to move his feet and pick up the yardage. Nobody is leaving this game. 10 minutes to go in the game, 10-0. Phoebus over Hampton, but you're not seeing anyone leave. This is the game of the month, if not the year.
60 yards rushes for Alston so far.
There's 10 more.
There's about 10 more all the way down to the 27-yard line as the Hampton just absolutely looks like they're tired because the Phantoms offensive line is just running all over them right now.
But when you consider the defense has been out there for most of the time, those guys are having to put up with a lot, Mike, and they're used to holding their opponents to 74 yards rushing for the game. Alston has that already.
He's got at least 70 already, as he had a little over 60 before that play. But most of his runs have been 2-3 at a time. 1st down and 10 now at the 26-yard line for the Phantoms. And there goes Alston again for at least another 5 yards down near the 20.
This time they put him in the backfield with 2 others, and he just followed their blocks right off that left side.
Let's go down to Ross. What you got down there for us, buddy?
Hey, guys, y'all were talking about the offensive line. I've been standing in both end zones watching Phoebus and Hampton, and Phoebus has been blowing Hampton off the ball by 3 or 4 yards. Their hole's big enough for 3 or 4 players to run through. Hampton's sideline is very down. Phoebus' sideline is very up. Let's see what happens the rest of this 4th quarter.
As the Crabbers continually try to shuffle players in and out to find something that works. Alston again on the carry, being dragged down from behind by the Crabbers' number 75, Michael Tate, as he went around and stopped him from getting the first down, but he looks like he's going to be shy of about a yard, maybe 2. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Phantoms.
Don't know whether you noticed it, Mike, but on that last player, Hampton's beginning to stack that front line. They know that Alston is going to get the ball. They're going to run some time off of it. Watch for Phoebus to come out with a pass here real soon. So look down on the field now. Watch him stack the line. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there.
Oh, that was a busted play. It looks like Taj Boyd might be close to a first down, but he got ready to hand the ball off to a ghost because there was nobody there.
I think he was hoping that Alston was going to be there, and nobody was.
He's down near the 17-yard line, but that's a gain of about a yard. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 1.
There he is, like nobody's there. Okay.
Let's see what Coach D does here.
Good job of young Boyd to keep that play moving, though. Boyd only a junior. Only a junior. Seems like he's been around forever. He's just done a fantastic job.
There's a picture of the back of the head of Matthew Schaefer. 4th and 1 now. The Phantoms going for it at the Crabber 17-yard line. The defense of Hampton's got to come up big here, and they're not going to, as the lead runner gets the ball down near the 15-yard line.
That's going to be number 11, McMillan, Darius McMillan.
And he went over the top to get the first down. They just announced 1st and goal. It's not. It's 1st and 10 at the 15. Ball control. The Phantoms have used ball control for the entire second half. Their offense has been on the field probably 80% of the time so far.
And more than that. Under 7 minutes left to go in the game. And look at Alston spin off that play to pick up 4 more yards. As Ross said, Phoebus is now beginning to blow the Crabber line off, and they're making the holes, and the runners are just getting through them.
Number 32, Billy Evans of the Crabbers on the stop. He gets credited with the tackle.
There's Gene Wheeler up on our crane. Gene bringing you a lot of the good shots that you're seeing. Jeremy Ferries in control. Wave, Jeremy and Gene. They can't hear me. Gene must not be afraid of heights. I think if I get up there, I think I'd have a problem.
2nd down now and a long 6 for the Phantoms. Ball sits at the Hampton 11-yard line as they are threatening to put this one out of reach. Alston again inside the 10, down near the 8-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Phantoms.
They're just grinding it out now, Mike. Two of the top teams in the area, but I'm sure Hampton was not expecting something like this to go into the 4th quarter with 5 minutes to go without scoring any points.
Well, the high-powered offense of the Phoebus Phantoms is shown here. There's also, again,
Look
down
at
there
this.
into the end zone for the score. As the Crabbers have no answer right now from Sean Alston.
They can't stop him, Mike. The front line of the Phantoms is controlling this game, and Alston is making use of them. You know, we saw the runners last year for Phoebus as they followed the blockers. Alston is doing the same thing. Good, fundamental, technical football.
And here we go with Matt Cole now as he attempts to kick the extra point. And the kick is up long enough, and it is good. So, with 5:41 to go now in the game, the Phoebus Phantoms have extended their lead now over the Hampton Crabbers by a score of 17-0.
And that's not a very happy fan there as her team on the wrong end of a 17-0 score. You're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports as we bring you Peninsula District Varsity Football live from Darling Stadium. The Phoebus Phantoms and the Hampton Crabbers.
Well, I think this game has proven why the Phoebus Phantoms are ranked number 1 in the state.
Here's that last touchdown. Watch Alston as he follows his blockers, sees a little seam. I'm just impressed. He finds these little seams, Mike, and he just kind of squirts right through there. You think he's down, you think he's stopped, and then the next thing you know, boom, there he is, gone. So Phoebus with a 17-0 lead here with 5:41 to go in the game. I still am not seeing anybody leave. The crowd, as you can see, is still here.
On that side of the field.
Well, on that side. And there's Ross as he's walking around. He's waving to the crowd.
Yeah, Matt Cole now set to kick for the Phantoms. That was off of a player of the Crabbers, and it looks like the Phantoms have actually come up with that ball off of ricochet.
Now, I'm wondering if that was planned or whether that was just a fluke.
Tim Boyd, number 36 of the Phantoms, comes up with the ricochet kick off a Hampton player.
That was an interesting kick.
Line drive kick. As the Crabbers were turning around, the ball went off of a Hampton player into the hands of the Phantoms. 1st and 10, the Phantoms again have the ball at the Crabber 43-yard line.
And I think this might be the first turnover since that first half.
Alston again, and he just can't be brought down. That's close to another first down. We do have to pick players of the game, and don't think it's going to be hard to choose on the Phoebus side. What do you think?
Not at all. Not at all. We know who that's going to be.
Looks like we have a timeout for the referees as they're going to bring the sticks on now and check for the first down. We got to come up with a player on Hampton to take care of that. Player of the game.
Ooh, Mike, look at this. In the second half, Hampton, 5 rushing plays for -1 yard. 1 pass completed for 8 yards. Defensive effort by Phoebus. Hampton is not at a first down since the first quarter.
Just shy of the first down. It's going to bring up 2nd down and inches for the Phantoms. Again, we got to come up with the players of the games. I think we're pretty confident on who the Phoebus player would be. What do you think about Hampton, Paul?
That's going to be a tough one. We're going to have to take a look at a couple of people on Hampton. (17-0), the Phoebus Phantoms over the Hampton Crabbers here with just at 5 minutes left to play. Quarterback keeper by Taj Boyd. He'll take
he's going to pick up
over
about 4.5 yards or so for a first down, as the Phantoms will continue to keep possession of the ball. What kept them in it in the first half. First and 10 now for the Phantoms at the Hampton 30-yard line. You go ahead and pick who you think you feel that would be the most gain on that particular play there, Paul. First and 10, Phoebus. Full house backfield now, no wideouts now. Here comes Alston again. He's hit in the backfield by number 54. I believe that is Marquise on the stop.
Here's a replay on that, Mike. You see Alston just tripped up there. One of the few times he didn't get through.
Hill picked up 2 yards on the play, though, even though he was hit in the backfield. 2nd down and 8 as the clock continues to march down towards the end of the game. 4:15 to go now. 17-0 Phoebus. The number 1 team ranked by the AP poll in the state of Virginia. Hampton came in here ranked number 6. This one might hurt them a bit, but you can see why the Crabbers or the Phantoms were ranked number 1. Again, Alston down to about the 24-yard line.
Here's a replay on that. Nice spin there by Alston.
That's fine. Go ahead and let them know who it's going to be so they can put it out. 3rd down and about 4 now. The ball rests at the Crabber 24-yard line as the Phantoms are just basically standing there letting the clock run down and trying to eat it up. Let's see if they have a delay. And there is a flag called by the field ref out there. Delay a game on the Phantoms. That's going to push them back 5 yards. That'll make it 3rd down and about 9.
Against the offense, 5 yards, remains 3rd down.
But the ball comes back to the Crabber 29-yard line. 3rd down and 9 for the Phantoms.
3:15 left to go in the game. Mike, this game's getting over early. Maybe you and I got a chance to go out to Kelly's Tavern after the game.
Yeah, if you want to wait around for about 2 hours to get out of here.
I forgot about that.
This place is packed. It still is full.
That is going to be a problem. But you can see now
There's Alston. Carries the ball down near the 25-yard line. Is going to still pick up about 4 yards. Actually, he gets another yard after that. So he's down to the 24-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 4 for the Phantoms at the Crabber 24. Clock continues to run. It's down to 2:55 now.
Alston on the run, becoming the workhorse here as the ball-controlled Phoebus Phantom football team is starting to dominate this last half. And, Michael, there's a chance here that they're going to shut out the Hampton Crabbers and knock them out of the undefeated ranks.
There's a pitch back to Alston again, the workhorse of this game, and he's going to pick up the 1st down all the way down inside the 20-yard line near the 17. So, again, Alston, and the Crabbers have no answer for it.
Not at all. They don't know how to stop him.
As soon as Andy can put up on the screen our players of the games, we'll go ahead and put them out.
For those of you sitting at home tonight watching Hampton, and you are Hampton fans and supporters, and you're thinking, oh my, oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, the team that won or lost this game the last 2 years went on to win the state championship.
Alston again up the middle for about 5 down inside the 15-yard line. As here are the players of the game tonight, folks.
And the first one is Sean Austin for the Phoebus Phantom, and that's Alston, A-L-S-T-O-N. He's been the workhorse tonight. The only offense for the Crabbers for most of the second half and most of the first was Tron Martinez, the running back who's plowed through and tried to get some yardage for the Crabbers. Done a fantastic job. The players of the game, Sean Alston and Tron Martinez. Congratulations, gentlemen.
There's Alston again. Outside. Goes out of bounds near the 1st down marker. We'll have to wait and see where they actually mark the ball. Looks like it's at about the 8-yard line, but he goes out of bounds and stops the clock with 1:19 to go.
And Alston, the young runner you're seeing following the blockers here, that's McMillan as he leads him through. Over 100 yards, 25 plays. He's got around 120, 130 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. He's done a fantastic job for the Phantoms tonight. 131 yards for Sean Alston against a Crabber defense that only allowed about 74 rushing yards per game until this game.
And there goes up the middle, Taj Boyd. And that's good for the 1st down. It's going to be 1st and goal inside the 5 with 1:14 to go. And let's see if the Phantoms try to add another score here before the end of the game.
Friday Night Football on WHCS Channel 46 live from Darling Stadium, and there he is once again.
Alston picks up another 2 or 3 yards down near the 2-yard line, and that's going to run the clock down to about 45 seconds to go, and somebody's calling timeout.
Bill D on the sideline, coach of the Phantoms. Got to be feeling a little comfortable at this point. Here's that last play.
2nd down and goal at the 2. Martinez hustling out of the game now for the Crabbers. That's Boyd on the keeper up the middle and into the end zone as the Phoebus Phantoms add more points to their score, now up to 23-0 over the Hampton Crabbers.
What a turnaround this game has become as you watch Taj Boyd just follow his center right through.
Make no mistake, folks, these two teams are going to see each other again, I believe, in the playoffs. And like you said earlier, Paul, don't forget the last 2 years, the loser of this particular game between these two has actually gone on and won the state title. So you never know.
Exactly.
Kick by Matt Cole is up good as the Phoebus Phantoms now lead the Hampton Crabbers by a score of 24-0 as we have 28 seconds left before the end of the game. It looks like the Hampton Crabbers are going to fall to 6-1 on the season, and the Phantoms will improve and stay undefeated at 7-0.
But like you said, Mike, these two teams are going to come back. You're going to see them play again. Hampton will bounce back. Yes, they still have to play a very tough Bethel team. Do not count Bethel out. They've given everybody a lot of problems this year.
Here's a replay.
Here's that touchdown.
Taj Boyd just working his way right on across the goal line to make that score 23-0. Now 24-0 after the extra point. Matt Cole setting up the tee at the 40 to kick it off to the Crabbers.
And I know we've talked a lot about Austin in this second half. He's just really carried this team. But you can't discount the fact, Mike, that Taj Boyd, the young junior quarterback for Phoebus, is a guy that makes the calls out there and gets it going. And he is so steady and so good. He's just done a fantastic job tonight.
Martinez lets the ball go in the end zone, so the ball will be set at the Crabber 20, where the Crabbers will take over 1st and 10. This is a surprise to me.
Well,
we predicted earlier what we thought it was good. We thought it was actually going to be a close score.
Well, we thought a three-point game one way or the other. And there's two young ladies, Hampton fans, still smiling. They know they've got a good team, one of the top teams, and they'll be in the rest of this race.
Well, they're teenagers. That's why they do that.
Well,
and one of the guys up here says, when was the last time the Crabbers were actually shut out in a game? And let me tell you something.
That's probably been a lot of years.
Matt Mitchell under center. 3 wide outs as Shaw goes into motion. Up the middle is number 20 for the Crabbers. That's Quentin Walker. He's going to get near the 30. That's close to a first down as the clock stops with 21 seconds left while they move the chains. Phantoms are just going to sit back in the deep and just let them have the middle of the field and let them run the clock out.
Yep. Here's that last play.
Shaw again in motion, and again a handoff.
Tripped up by number 62, Dominique Davenport.
Gain of about 2 yards on the play, and let me tell you, that's the end of the ball game here, folks. Final score at Darling Stadium. The Phoebus Phantoms have defeated the Hampton Crabbers by a score of 24-0. As Coach D finds Coach Smith there at midfield. Congratulating Coach D on a great game. Player of the games tonight, folks, for the Phoebus Phantoms, Sean Alston. Over 130 yards rushing on a Crabber defense that done an exceptional job all year long to keep their run, the offensive teams from running against them. But tonight, the Crabbers didn't have much of an answer for that offensive line for the Phoebus Phantoms.
Not at all, and they were tired. They were really tired, Mike. But a great game out there tonight. The Phoebus Phantoms putting 24 points on the board, showing why they're the #1 offense in the area.
Okay, so our final score here from Darling Stadium live. The Phoebus Phantoms 24 and the Crabbers of Hampton nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's broadcast has been sponsored by Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zooms sponsoring us this year. Zooms with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. And by Kelly's Tavern, family dining with 2 locations on the peninsula. Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. Take your ticket stub for tonight's game to Kelly's Tavern, buy 1 burger and 2 drinks, and receive another burger of equal value free. And by Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839 Buchanan Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. And in part by Eric Thompson, realtor with William E. Wood. Call Eric to buy a home or sell property. Call Eric at 881-2004. And by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at 2551 North Armistead Avenue. Nancy Staten, Director. From Paul Rowe and Mike Hauser up in the booth, good night, ladies and gentlemen. You've been watching WHCS Channel 46 live.